And when you take into stock the fact that outside of Kevin Durant, aging superstar, LeBron James, 40 years old, and Steph Curry, there's not a single NBA player more popular today than Caitlin Clark.
Did you hear the news? NBA superstars and MVPs had nothing but praise for the sport's face. Caitlin Clark is not simply excellent. Some of the biggest names in basketball have referred to her as the best player in the nation and praised her performances as some of the best they have ever seen. On top of that, she is consistently dominating not only in college or a lesser-known league, but also on the biggest stage in the WNBA.
Always had the ball in her hand. Everybody was playing off of her. She just commanded the whole game. I was like, who the hell is this? She is nice. It was like, oh, she's the best player in the country.
Caitlin Clark's first season in the WNBA has been nothing short of historic. She's blown away her freshman class, earning Rookie of the Year and first-team All-WNB for the first time in 16 years for a rookie to do so. However, she's not stopping there. She's determined to compete for a championship and make sure she improves her game in the offseason. So why are some of the greatest NBA players in history taking notice and sticking around as we break down how these 10 NBA legends are honoring her greatness and showing her the most love? We have a surprise number 11, a player who is frequently compared to Clark, giving her the highest praise. It's a phenomena. Steph Curry, the four-time NBA champion, two-time league MVP, and undisputed greatest shooter in basketball history, is the first to step up and discuss what it is about Caitlin Clark that has NBA royalty speaking out, or, in some cases, retracting their statements. Curry has been a fan of Caitlin Clark since her college days and has openly shared what makes her such a phenomenal talent. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon.
This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon.
Coming from someone who has broken records and established a reputation for being unguardable, which is no small compliment. Curry and Clark both have game-changing skills and a lightning-fast release that leaves defenders in their tracks, but what really distinguishes them is not only their speed, but also their astounding accuracy from ridiculous distances. Get this, Trey, young Damian Lillard, and yes, even Steph Curry himself are farther away than Clark's average three-point attempt of 28 feet 1.1, which explains why many joke that you should begin protecting Caitlin as soon as she enters the gym.
Her range, her three-point shooting overall, her flair for testing her range every night and knowing that the other team's going to try to take it away. And she's fearless. No shot is a bad shot, and when you can shoot it as well as she can. She just adds another element of surprise that you can't really game plan for because it's so kind of just unseen.
Kevin Durant, the two-time NBA champion and 2014 NBA MVP, begins this video by praising Caitlin Clark as the best player in the nation. But guess what? Katie isn't finished praising her. He has more to say about what makes her such a remarkable talent. Here, Durant explains why Caitlin is one of the most dangerous offensive threats he has ever seen, emphasizing her exceptional shooting, passing, and most importantly, her unwavering work ethic.
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And then her just confidence. You can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer.
Caitlin Clark has been labeled the women's Stephen Curry by Luka Dončić, a regular MVP contender and one of the NBA's brightest new talents. As if that weren't amazing enough, he even acknowledged that she could be a better shooter than he is, coming from a player who is praised for his own shooting. That's about as high a praise as it gets. Brilliance.
Best player, period, right now. She's incredible.
She's advanced, man. She could do a lot out there. She's making the right plays. She could draw so much attention, and she just baiting the defense in, and I'll still make a cross-court pass. Just like, that's just muscle memory. Y'all work on this every day.
LeBron James, the four-time NBA champion and MVP, comes in at number 4. A few months into Caitlin Clark's WNBA career, LeBron gave her one of the greatest compliments he could have ever given.
It's a woman, Steph Curry. Thank you. She can shoot it better than me.
A man who has experience in the spotlight. LeBron discussed the impact Caitlin Clark is having on basketball as a whole, not just on Indiana. His remarks emphasized the revolutionary influence Caitlin is having on and off the court.
Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
The Indiana Pacers star when Caitlin Clark initially joined the league. Tyrese Haliburton was among the first to greet her warmly in the city and spoke highly of her ability and promise.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in.
The joy on his expression as he watches the home team play during Fever games, where he is usually visible in the first row, tells volumes about Caitlin's influence, not just on the court, but also on the whole Indiana community and beyond.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for her to be here. I think it brings a lot of excitement to the city, and a city with a lot of young talent already as it is, and adding her, she's one of the faces of women's basketball, and for her to be here and under the same roof, I think is really exciting for me, and I think a lot of people in our organization.
After discussing the current NBA stars, what about the legends? Do they have anything to say about Caitlin Clark? Spoiler alert, they most definitely do.
You've been courtside for almost all of Caitlin's games. Any big takeaways in all of this?
She's a great player, and I just like watching her play. I like watching all the girls play. They're getting a lot better as the season's went on. Leah had a great game the other day. Kelsey's been great. But I like going watching basketball. So as long as I'm in Indy and I'm not doing nothing, I'm going to go watch the game. It's always fun to do. So I love being able to go watch Fever games. The excitement in the city is awesome. It's cool when I bring people who, I brought a couple friends who haven't been to a WNBA game before, and they're like, go to the third level. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's what Fever games are like now, So it's really cool to see the excitement around the team.
The journey of Shaquille O'Neal, who once proudly referred to himself as a Caitlin Clark skeptic, from criticizing Clark to fully endorsing him, speaks volumes about the indisputable power of transformative talent. At first, O'Neal's strong loyalty to LSU and his close friendship with Angel Reese greatly influenced his assessment of Clark's abilities. This prejudice was most noticeable during the 2023 National Championship game, in which Shaq's reservations about Clark's shooting ability were made clear as LSU upset Iowa.
Caitlin Clark is coming. Some people think she's already arrived. I don't. I think she's going to be even better.
In an honest and unvarnished moment on Angel Reese's podcast, Shaquille O'Neal found himself constantly taking back what he had said as Caitlin Clark continued to dominate on the court. O'Neal was forthright and acknowledged.
Why do you think people love Caitlin Clark, besides her skills?
She can shoot threes from logo.
We never seen that before. That's my point. Steph Curry, a little kid. Like Steph Curry, I love. You know why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen that before.
Kevin Garnett, the 2003 MVP and Hall of Famer known as the Big Ticket, comes in at number 7. Garnett isn't usually quick to draw analogies, but when it comes to Caitlin, he's placing her in the same boat as Curry, Steph. This is what Garnett said.
I've never seen nobody do that on a consistent basis. There's a lot of girls in WNBA that have done it in spurts, but that game I'm watching y'all in the Final Four, I'm like, damn, and I was a hater because, I'm down. She was like, she's not going to hit that shot, and bam, like, damn, she's not going to hit that shot, man. Like, if I say 10 times you're not going to hit the shot and you hit the shot, that means you're the truth.
So, what's got Kevin Garnett's audacious comparison? Like Curry Clark's range, Caitlin Clark's shooting prowess and skill set are unmatched. She has the same lightning-fast release, unwavering confidence, and willingness to pull up from anywhere that Curry had when he transformed the NBA, and it starts the moment she crosses half court. Clark is revolutionizing women's basketball. Garnett didn't stop there. He recently spoke on air about Clark's contentious Olympic snub and commended her for bringing in a new generation of WNBA players. His remarks were kind and highlighted how she's advancing the sport and motivating the next generation.
If you ain't in a Steph Curry shape, that's how she plays.
Another Celtics legend, Paul Pierce, was astounded by Caitlin Clark's incredible 41-point effort against LSU and declared it the best performance he had ever seen in a college tournament, either by a male or female player. Highly praised by someone who has witnessed a good amount of March Madness magic, the reality didn't end there. Pierce weighed in to support Kevin Garnett, saying that Clark's Olympic rejection was a mistake and highlighting her contributions to the game. When legends like these support you, you know you're doing something special.
I think USA dropped the ball on this. We have a new wave coming in and it's being denied. I think the WNBA, this is just my view, bro. they've established something and they built something, right? They got something. It's a new wave that is here. And it's got a major blockage on it, man. Listen, to everybody out here, bro, we're not fighting over the pie that's been established. The ideal is to grow the pie.
However, Caitlin Clark is always changing her game to fit the demands of the professional level. Even some NBA players may be put off by the WNBA's more difficult competition and toughness. Don't assume for a moment that everything is sunshine and roses for her. Caitlin Clark is experiencing this firsthand, and it's changing the way she plays. In addition, the league is adjusting to the once-in-a-generation talent that she represents, and NBA legends are observing her every move. For instance, Charles Barkley, the round mound of rebound, isn't just impressed by Clark's amazing stats. He's also blown away by her professionalism and her capacity to ignore the chaos and drama around her. Barkley stated,
"You claim you want the women's game to grow, and then you keep the most popular girl in women's basketball off the team. How do you grow internationally and domestically if you don't put her on the U.S. team? It just makes the most sense. Sometimes you have to say, hey guys, this is bigger than the game," which it is.
However, he has also spoken out about the difficulties she faces. Barkley has pointed out the trivialities Clark has endured on the floor, acknowledging that he didn't anticipate her experiencing such harsh treatment in the WNBA. Barkley's attention is a sign that things are serious.
I mean, what she's done for the game the last couple of years, I mean, she is a shining star. And you know, the thing I like about her, man, she doesn't say a word. Yeah, she's never said a word about anybody. She just shows up and does her job.
But this is when things start to get interesting. At number 10, we have Indiana Pacers legend Reggie Miller, who has an entirely different viewpoint and isn't surprised by the difficulties Caitlin Clark is encountering. In fact, Miller stated,
"I didn't think she was going to have to worry about all this petty nonsense that's going on. These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, they cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried."
According to Miller, this is the advantage. The veterans in the major leagues aren't going to give a rookie the red carpet. Instead, they're going to test her and push her to the limit, and that's precisely what's happening. However, Caitlin is showing them wrong game after game, night after night, and Miller is clearly paying attention.
You're playing at the highest level. You're playing in the WNBA. You're coming from college and you're going to the pro ranks, right? What did she expect was going to happen? Why are people so shocked, right? You're playing against grown women. The same thing happened to us as rookies, going against MJ. They're out there trying to embarrass you. It's nothing personal.
Naturally, we cannot discuss legends at number 11 without bringing up Larry Legend, Larry Bird.
I absolutely love everything that Caitlin Clark stands for and what she has done for the women's game.
Fans and commentators have long been comparing Clark and Bird, but now Bird is contributing his own voice to the discussion with some heartfelt praise for Caitlin. He revealed that he follows his own alma mater, modern Indiana State, as much as he does Caitlin's Iowa games. That's high praise from one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, he had a great run and it's fun to watch, you know, and they moved the basketball, he was well coached. I watched him all the time. I think I watched Indiana State and Iowa, Caitlin Clark play about the same last year, so I watched a lot of basketball.
There are 11 NBA luminaries and MVPs expressing their adoration for Caitlin Clark, but it goes beyond simple compliments and praise. A new era in the WNBA is dawning before our eyes, and Caitlin Clark is inspiring an entire new generation by demonstrating to young boys and girls everywhere that anything is possible. We are not only witnessing history, but living it, and the best part is that her journey is only getting started. Are you excited? Let us know in the comments, like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing. We'll see you in the next one once you click the video on the screen.